Right? Regina Daniels is a sacrificial lamb. Because tell me why Regina Daniels' backside is leaking like her bum bum. She was rushed to Maitama Hospital. All this information is coming from an insider living with them, of course. Everything we have been posting is verified, 100% facts. Because this one shocked me. And Ned is doing it from the other side. And Regina is not the first. But first of all, it has been reported from an insider living with them that Regina Daniels is basically like a sacrificial lamb, or something they can't tell. And it went further to explain that her backside, like her bum bum, it pain her, like her bum bum is restless and she's not feeling good. That they had to rush her to Maitama Hospital. Well, not all women can take it from the back, with clear eye. And Ned Nwoko has been enjoying all this with Regina Daniels, with everything she has been taking. Obviously, she has been doing a lot of things like this in the other room with Ned. And obviously, it wasn't with clear eye. And he has been aware he's even the one funding it and doing everything. And now he came on social media to blast her and say that she's under influence of this and that. When him, Ned, is the one that packed it and full house for Regina. It has even been reported. The co-wives are also lamenting that in the other room, Regina Daniels, when she take order, she's fire. And you know what they call cowgirl? She finished Ned Nwoko. Ned Nwoko even forgets his real name. And he has been playing it with her without even feeling bothered. Until now, he sees that excuse, but he has been supporting it. I'm going to attach most of the videos. You can see Regina Daniels taking some things, and Ned Nwoko was there in his presence. Most of them, he got it. If you go to his house, he filled it with different types of shisha, vape, the vape now, the pen, and different things. And Ned Nwoko is even the one doing all this. And he came on social media now, playing victim, because he's trying to save his political career. He's trying to hide his face. He's not acting unaware. And even using it as an excuse. Let me use pidgin, because this English word here, it will even shock this app. Well, Regina Daniels' bonbon, tear, her bonbon tear, and they had to rush her to Maitama Hospital. Everywhere does scatter. All the crazy country style, where she they collect, and where Ned they, do with her. All those things is part of the reason she's taking the smoking when she's smoking. Report has it that she's not taking any other acting like Ned Nwoko reported, that the only thing she takes is most of those smoking and cocoa, whatever. But Ned Nwoko is here claiming otherwise. Abeg go make una help us. So this one shock me. Pikin where they marry off, give Ned Nwoko. Husband use his own money, go buy shisha stand and the apparatus, everything, keep inside house so that Regina will take away. Top her with Igbo, different types. Because when she gets to that highest level or stage, she will mount well for bed. When she mount well, she will give Ned Nwoko better congee satisfaction. So he gave Regina Daniels most of his properties. That was when he started even giving her the Ferrari and access to most of the things. If you notice, Regina has access to most of those his properties more than the other wives. Meanwhile, all those properties, no single one belongs to Regina. Even the ones he keeps buying for her, there was a time the car and every other thing, it belongs to Ned. Ned buys everything in his name. Nothing he buys for his wife and their names. That Ned Nwoko is a real politician. I'm not surprised though. Well, Oga Ned is even allegedly flogging Regina. Like, they use belts. They rose Regina. In our last video, you could see when Regina with Daniel was kneeling down. She was kneeling down begging Ned. Seriously. But then, he used to use belts. That one, their staff, even they talk. Everybody talk. And this one will be like, nothing. He doesn't even hide it. He uses belts. Not the way your papa go use belt, they use you. And so Ned Nwoko use belts on Regina Daniels. Well, we can't rule out the abuse part, in as much as they want to put all the blames on Regina because of all the things that Ned Nwoko influenced her to be taken, and now coming about and talking about she doing it as if he has not been aware since. We cannot rule out the part that Ned Nwoko gave her 2 slaps, smash her face for war, so that she turned red. That people around her were scared. They were even thinking that she was about to reach heaven, because I will smash that kind of person for war. Somebody that's high like that comes to give her 2 slaps. That alone can quench that person, why the person. But then Ned Nwoko is thinking that all this is response is enough reason. It's not a reason at all. In fact, the reason is fake or whack, because he has been aware. He has been the one sponsoring most of the things. He has been the one buying most of those smoking whatever, and now he's claiming otherwise on social media. Because I don't know who advised Ned Nwoko. Probably his campaign team or something. I don't know. As a politician, he always take cover. and he could see, he did not even take time to come online to throw Regina Daniels, his so-called favorite wife, under the bus immediately by saying all that he said on social media. Well, he did what he did, and that is an abuse. There should be no excuse for an abuser. And don't forget, Regina is not the first wife. I'm going to add this other wife here so you see what you have to say about all this. So we cannot obviously rule out this abusive parts from whatever he's blabbing about, because this is not a joke, allegedly.
So one day I went over to visit her, and then I saw like all of them with a lot of balloons, and in my head I was wondering, what are grown adults doing with balloons, you know? And then she was like, yo, Quinja, you need to try this, So she did the instrument, you know, and then she blew up the balloon, and then she put it in my mouth, and she said, just inhale it, just breathe it in. And I did. And guys, I just felt like half of my brain just died. I was standing, so I started falling to my knees. I was falling like gently, gradually to my knees, and then my mouth shifted to the left, and then I started drooling, you know. So I just, when I go on my knees, I just lay down on the ground, and you know, I didn't even know where I was, like how, you know how it is. And then she was like, yeah, that's it, that's the feeling, that's the first time I felt that. This is what happens to everyone the first time you do it, but by the time you do it like 4 times, 5 times, you're gonna get used to, your system will get used to it, and then you're gonna become a professional. So after a while, after I got myself back from the floor, I was really upset because I told her that, you know, I refused to take alcohol from her, I refused to take loud from her. So I was really upset that she still had to find a way to give me the balloon, you know. And then I'm my mother's only child, so I've always been afraid of doing this, like since secondary school and university. It's like, it's gonna kill my mom, you know. I'm an only child, so I can't afford to like take any chances and stuff like that. So I was so mad. And then that was when I left. That was the last time I spoke to her face to face, like live, like in person. I was so upset, and I never spoke to her again after that. So I left. I left angrily. Then a few months later, there was a doctor. We saw a news on news platforms that someone went for BBL, and everybody was so angry with the doctor. They said her name is Dr. Anu, that Dr. Anu was quack, you know, she's not a good doctor, she killed someone and stuff like that. So she reached out to me on Instagram. I had never met her before, never spoken to her before. She reached out to me on Instagram DM, and she's like, oh Jeremy, look at everything that's happening, such like, I can't believe it, this person died, it wasn't my fault, like that. So I just like consoled her. I said, oh, don't worry, everything will be fine. I was in Dubai then. So I decided to come to Nigeria, and then when I came to Nigeria, she was the first person to come and see me. So when she came to see me, it was the same thing, you know, the same crying and everything. She felt so bad about the person dying and how everybody's attacking her. Oh, Jeremy, they're trying to bring me down. They're trying to bring down my business and tarnish my image. And I said, don't worry, everything's going to be okay, because even the best doctors in the world have had patients that have died. You know, life and death is in the hands of the Creator and stuff like that. So we talked in general. We talked about life. We talked about business. We talked about
Ain't me? Oh gagara. Ẹ wo a young promising child, ìgbà wo ló degenerate dé gbogbo level tí wọ́n ròyìn yẹn? At what point to what point? Nínú year wo dé year wo? Nígbà wo sígbà wo? Ṣé bọ́mọ yẹn náà là ń wò lójú fídíò yìí? Ìgbà wo lọmọ yẹn degenerate sí gbogbo nǹkan tí wọ́n ń sọ? Ṣé bàbá ló introduce ọmọ yẹn sí egbògi olóró ni? Àbí ọmọ yẹn ló introduce bàbá sí egbògi olóró? Ọmọ tẹ́ ń rí yìí, as at this time ó ti bímọ, ṣójú èèyàn tó mu egbògi olóró? Tí second narrator yẹn sọ wípé ó ti ń ṣe tipẹ́. Ẹ bẹ̀rù èèyàn o, ẹ bẹ̀rù èèyàn o. Mi ò rò pé second one yìí ń sòótọ́ o. Then that first one, ó ga o, inú jìn o, ó ṣàbí tó ọ̀rọ̀ ọlọ́rọ̀ ni, Ọlọ́run má fi ọ̀rọ̀ ọlọ́rọ̀ gbá wa lẹ́nu. Ọ̀rọ̀ náà ló fà. Ṣé ọmọdé ló introduce bàbá sí egbògi olóró, àbọ̀ bàbá ló introduce ọmọdé sí egbògi olóró? Ẹ̀yin tí tèmi. Tá bá wo position tí ọkọ wà, ó ṣeé ṣe maybe lójú tèmi, ó ṣeé ṣe tàbí ṣùgbọ́n bàbá ló kọ́ ọmọ yẹn. Ẹ̀yin ẹ wo nǹkan tí first narration yẹn sọ. Nítorí ìbálòpọ̀ tó weld. Nítorí ìbálòpọ̀ tó weld. Tẹ́ bá wá sọ wípé second narration yẹn ó ṣeé ṣe kí wọ́n ti fún òun lówó. Ó ṣeé ṣe maybe perhaps maybe. bó ṣe pé wọ́n ti fún lówó láti sọ ọ̀kan tó ń sọ yìí. Ẹ̀yin ẹ wo Regina yìí, ẹ wò ó, ṣó jọ ọmọ tó ń mu egbògi olóró. Ó ti bímọ láàrin yìí o, ó ti bímọ ńgbà yìí. Ẹ mọ èèyàn tẹ́ fún ọmọ yín fún, ẹ mọ èèyàn tẹ́ fi ọmọ yín fún. Nísìn wọ́n gba góòdù lọ́wọ́ wọn, wọ́n fún wọn ní pàǹdà. Tó bá jẹ́ pé ọmọ yìí ó ti wà addicted, ọṣẹ wo ló fẹ́ fọ̀ mọ́ báyìí? Ẹ̀yin náà rí gbogbo àwọn tó wà addicted sí egbògi olóró, ẹ wo bí wọ́n ṣe ń ṣe. Nílẹ̀ lẹ́yìn bíbá rí ọmọ kan tó pa bàbá ẹ̀ tó dẹ̀ gún mọ̀mọ́ ẹ̀, ó kù díẹ̀ kí mọ̀mọ́ ẹ̀ kú. Tí wọ́n bá ti finally wá kó bọ́mọ yìí nísìn, ṣé kìí ṣe pé greedy owó, mo fẹ́ ra ayé gbé fọ́mọ mi, mo fẹ́ ra ayé gbé fọ́mọ mi láì tọrọ lọ́wọ́ ẹlẹ́dàá, láì béèrè lọ́wọ́ orí, láì béèrè lọ́wọ́ àṣẹ̀dá. Tí báwo ni ìrìnàjò yóò ṣe rí tẹ̀tí ọmọ ọlọ́mọ bọ̀? Wọ́n ti gba góòdù lọ́wọ́ yín, gbé pàǹdà lé yín lọ́wọ́. Àmọ́ alhamdulillah, ọmọ náà ní ọmọ méjì. Ó bà ní kò bàjẹ́, àtúnṣe ti wà, àtúnṣe ṣì wà. Bẹ́ẹ̀ tí gbogbo tí mo wá sọ yìí ẹ̀yin tèmi. Ó ní pé mọ̀mọ́ Regina tó bá yẹ pé ó bá find out at the end of the day, tó bá find out pé bàbá yìí ò mọ̀ kankan nípa egbògi olóró yẹn, torí bàbá yẹn sọ nínú ọ̀rọ̀ rẹ̀ pé àwọn èèyàn méjì kan ló introduce ẹ̀ sí. Tó bá jẹ́ wípé bàbá yẹn ò mọ̀ kankan nípa egbògi olóró yìí, ṣíṣe ló fẹ́ help Regina láti kúrò nínú wàhálà egbògi olóró yìí. Pé lóòótọ́ bàbá yẹn fi sí rehabilitation. Tó bá jẹ́ pé lóòótọ́ bàbá yìí ò mọ̀ kankan, ìyá Regina, kí Regina padà lọ sílé ọkọ ẹ̀. She needs a father figure in her life. Regina need a father figure in her life. Gbogbo ọmọdé ló need father figure. Father tó wà responsible. Èmi ò sọ àwọn father tó ń mu gbóná àwọn náà o. Gbogbo ọmọ ló need father figure nínú ìgbésí ayé gbogbo ọmọ láti ṣe dáadáa. Tó bá jẹ́ pé bàbá Nedun Nwoko yóò mọ̀ kankan nípa allegation àtàlákọ̀ọ́kọ́ yẹn, kí mọ̀mọ́ Regina make sure pé Regina kó padà lọ sílé ọkọ ẹ̀, kí bàbá yẹn lọ mọ́ bá fojú tó, kí mọ̀mọ́ náà kó mọ́ dẹ̀ sùn para, because ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ fẹ́ kí wọ́n ṣubú lórí ìgbéyàwó yìí. Tọ́mọ yẹn bá dà lọ ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ tó lọ jáde síta pẹ̀lú lifestyle tí wọ́n ti tag mọ́ yìí, ó máa difficult àfi tó bá rí èèyàn tí wọ́n bá rehab ẹ̀ tán. Oh my God, ẹ̀yin òbí, ọ̀rọ̀ ló wà nílẹ̀ yìí o. Ẹ béèrè lọ́wọ́ orí o. Lágbájá ṣe báyìí, ṣé tí wọ́n bá ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣé kò ní kó bá ẹ? Ọ̀rọ̀ mi ò jù báyìí lọ. Ẹ wo past videos mi. This is on point by 2. Always using my words to help others. Ẹ̀yin tèmi tẹ́ ẹ bá gbọ́ gbogbo ìròyìn òyìnbó tí wọ́n sọ, ẹ lọ gbé fún èèyàn tó gbọ́ òyìnbó lẹ́yìn ẹgbẹ́ yín, kẹ́ ẹ gbọ́ kí wọ́n bá yín translate bó ṣe ń lọ. Bye for now.